basically, what is Sudan? Same Red Sea, and just because it's less touristic, it was also more popular for the divers. Better reefs, less divers, more creatures to see, more expensive, so more exclusive place. Because of the fact I've been so many times in Sudan. Long time ago I wrote an article for Latvian magazine about the Sudan. The big chapter of that article was the story about Jacques Cousteau and how he did first TV show in the history of the television. As we would say today, Jacques Cousteau was the influencer. He inspired so many people to start diving, and he was the first probably vlogger. Quite funny name for such a person as Jacques Cousteau, but that's how people would, especially young people, would call him nowadays. Influencer, vlogger. Interesting, right? Yeah, but back to the Jacques Cousteau and Sudan experiment. Jacques Cousteau did an experiment where people in Sudan lived underwater for 1 month. And it was the longest time ever lived underwater, that they were sleeping underwater, eating underwater, doing some researches underwater. So they looked at the fish behavior, how they're feeding, what they are doing, what is the fish daily routine. That's the things what they did from the station, which was underwater at 12 meters depth. And it was also one of the reasons we went there, because we wanted to see this historical place. Whole month Jacques Cousteau did reports from underwater house, and it was shown on a French TV. When they finished the experiment, they moved all the things what they put underwater away, except cage from which one they were absorbing the sharks. That was a time when all the manta rays, moray eels and sharks, people thought that it's really dangerous creatures. We're like sitting in a cages and looking at the sharks, while the sharks didn't show any aggressive behavior. So slowly they moved away from that. Anyways, the cages are still underwater. Even you will dive nowadays, that cages are still underwater. that Sudan, I didn't make any videos that time yet. It was just before I left to the Philippines, so that means it's 2009. All the cameras been improved a lot since then. This video is from Sudan. It was super amazing trips I did to Sudan, and that memories from that times really warms my heart. I tried to find the documentary about Jacques Cousteau experiment pre-continent 2, which was done, what they did 1963, and I put the video links into the description, so you can just easily go down and check for them. All these experiments was done to understand how is it to live underwater, because all oil companies who paid for all these experiments to Jacques Cousteau wasn't really sure how they can manage to start drilling the oil into the sea. That was a time when we know about the decompression little, very little. That's why these experiments was really needed. Later on, many world televisions bought these episodes, and that's how Jacques Cousteau became famous. Simply. It's the same like, for example, to make a good episodes for the YouTube. Actually, all these episodes are on a YouTube just in a small pieces now. So let's say Jacques Cousteau, even he's not alive anymore, but he's still YouTuber. Interesting fact, right? If we're looking at that things from this perspective. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Follow on Instagram and Facebook, subscribe, and see you tomorrow again. Bye.